Happy Independence Day, Ghana. Today is Ghana's 68th Independence Day. And as we're celebrating, the football world is not looking so good for us. We have a declining Ghana Premier League, a declining Ghana Black Stars who didn't qualify for the African Cup of Nations and hoping to qualify for the World Cup. But today we're going to look at our history. We'll look at 5 top Black Stars players. Yes, my top 5 Black Stars players of all time. We'll be talking about them, and you let me know in the comment section whether you agree with me or not, and add who you thought should have been in my top 5. We'll jump right into it, but before then, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Click on that notification bell to get more updates. Today's 68 years for Ghana's independence, and as we celebrate and as we reflect and try to reset, as is the theme of the day, let's reflect on our top stars. Number 5 on my list is Yara. Had a very short career. At the age of 26, he suffered an injury, which meant that he would no longer play football. Even though he was promised that he could get back to playing after being sent to England in 4 to 6 months, unfortunately, Yara never came back. An amazingly mercurial winger for the Real Republicans. He won the African Cup of Nations in 1963, and subsequently the other African Cup of Nations he could not play a part in because of that injury he suffered. Unfortunately, he could not live past his 32nd birthday. At the age of 32, he passed away, and in 2005, the Yara Sports Stadium was named after him. For such a young man to die at such a young age and have such a monument named after him should tell you about how much of an impact he had in Ghana football. Yara is number 5 on my list. Number 4 on my list is Mohammed Polo. Recently, an argument came up, and it was that Mohammed Polo was a better footballer than current Lionel Messi. I never really watched him play in person, but for those who have the privilege of watching him play, they argue, especially I've heard Fifi Banton say it, that he was better than Lionel Messi. We all know how good Lionel Messi is. Could he have been better? Well, I'll put my money on that. Mohammed Polo is considered as one of the best dribblers in Ghana's history, and he was with Accra Hearts of Oak. Thankfully, he played with Auroras and then came back to play with Accra Hearts of Oak and Libreville. He also played there, Shell FC, Hearts of Oak, and Great Olympics. He played 54 games for the Ghana Black Stars and scored 20 times. An AFCON winner in the 1970s. He won the 1978 AFCON, which was the penultimate AFCON we won before winning the 1982 one. It was the last but one AFCON that Ghana won. Mohammed Polo still lives on, but that argument still rings. Is he a better dribbler and player than Lionel Messi? I'll back Polo here, even though I didn't watch him play. I think I'll trust the judgment of those who have made these utterances and say that Polo was a great player for the Ghana Black Stars. Number 3 on my list is Tony Yeboah, aka Yagola. Tony Yeboah was with the Ghana Black Stars, played 59 times and scored 29 goals in the process. Tony Yeboah is noted for this amazing volley he scored versus Liverpool, which many fans remember him memorably for. He also was a pace setter in the German Bundesliga, winning top scorer and making an impact, opening the doors for other African and Ghanaian players. Yagola did his bit for the continent, and he was amazing when he did it. We remember the rift between Yagola and the Ghana national team and the captaincy issue that maybe cost us the 1992 African Cup of Nations. But that is just a side note. Yagola was amazing to watch. He was a graceful, impactful player. He retired from the Ghana national team in the late 90s, and the Black Stars missed an illustrious goal scorer known for his crazy strikes and impactful play. Yagola was one of the best, if not the best, Ghanaian strikers. Number 2 on my list is none other than the maestro Abedi Pele. That will make you people wonder who my number 1 is. Well, hey, I'm sure you could be guessing right by now. Number 2 is Abedi Pele, Champions League winner with Marseille. He was the first ever winner of the CAF Awards in 1992. He was everything except a World Cup contender for Ghana. Abedi Pele was amazing. He gave us 2 amazing sons in Andre Ayew and Jordan Ayew. His impact on Ghana football is unmatched. He played 79 times for the Ghana national team, scoring 19 goals. Many always dream of if things had been a bit better, the impact he would have had on Ghana football. Unfortunately, it did not go according to plan. We could not win a World Cup berth with him. We also, unfortunately, could not win another AFCON with him. He won in 1982 as a youngster in that team. That was Ghana's last African Cup of Nations win. He was in that team as a youngster, but never won it after that. At least he has one under his belt. It was a great time for Ghana football. Abedi Pele was the best. To be named after an illustrious man like Pele, his name is actually Abedi Ayew, for those who don't know. He is or must have been something special. That Marseille side had so many great players, but Abedi Pele held his head high and made an impact. Abedi Pele, number 2 on my list. Number 1 on my list is Baby Jet Asamoah. Yes, it's not like I'm comparing him to Abedi Pele, but the impact in current generation that Baby Jet has had is not something we can walk over. Baby Jet scored Ghana's first goal at the World Cup, qualified Ghana to the World Cup. Is now currently the highest scoring African at a World Cup competition. He's the highest goal scorer for Ghana. He has 51 goals in 109 caps. Yes, he is not the flashiest of players, but he is one of the players who had a lot of grit, determination, and put in his 100% even when he himself was not at it. Baby Jet Asamoah's impact on the Ghana Black Stars will never be forgotten. He was unfortunate not to win the AFCON with Ghana in 2015, even after we will remember that Ghana had 2 penalty misses for Ivory Coast and could have gone on to win it. He was unfortunate also to be remembered for that penalty kick miss that meant that Ghana would not make it to the semi-final for the first time. Morocco were able to do that and make it into the semis, but every genius is flawed. In accepting that we need rain, we have to be ready for the mud, and probably those are some of the things that we had to endure with Baby Jet Asamoah. Could he have won as an AFCON? Probably. 2010 was, in my opinion, the best time, but they were then playing against an experienced Egyptian side. 2015, probably the best chance. But all in all, he had a great career with the Black Stars, club career where he scored a lot of goals with Al Ain, played a good part for Sunderland in a short stint in England, and did amazing well in his twilight with Legon Cities. The all-round Ghanaian player who has tasted it from Liberty to France to Sunderland and then into Al Ain and finally back home to play with Legon Cities. He's done it. He's done it all for us. And those are my top 5 Ghanaian players, football players of all time for the Ghana Black Stars. Let me know what you think in the comments box on it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Hope you enjoy your holidays. Happy Independence Day, Ghana.